Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter what time of day it is that you're watching this. My name is Clarissa Young. I'm your Fab motivator. I'd like to thank you so much for liking, for commenting, for sharing my videos and joining me along my journey. If you haven't already, please be sure to get a copy of my book and make sure that you follow me across all of my social media platforms. Also, be sure to join us inside of our Fab Work Sisters group where you can join us for our live daily workouts. And we're also having a 90-day transformation program. When it comes to this fitness journey, fear can step inside in so many different ways, and many times we may not even notice that fear is there. And I just wanted to create this video because many times people ask, Clarissa, how can I start, or what can I do? And I hear fear in their voice. I hear fear in their actions. And so I'm creating this video to be able to help that person that has fear of starting their goals, fear of finishing their goals, fear of being able to get this weight up off of them. Any type of fear that you feel as if that's hindering you from being able to be your best you when it comes to being able to live a healthy lifestyle. And so this video is for you. I was riding in the car and the song, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I be afraid?" was playing. And the song, it really hit my spirit different. I listened to the song many times. But this particular day, it hit my spirit different. And God said, Clarissa, I want you to speak to my people about this song. And I just began to pick that song apart. But I began to tone in more into the specific part of the Bible, Psalms 27:1, which is the Lord, and I'm looking at my paper to make sure I give it to you exactly right. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And I want to dive a little bit more into that because it's such a small verse in the Bible. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? But it's so powerful if we go back and look into it. And I want to take this very verse and I want to show you how this verse can even help us along our weight loss journey. And so let's look at 3 words here. The Lord is my light. When we look at the words light, light means to look at a dark situation and make it bright. And so it can be any dark situation that you're going through, but since we're focusing on fitness journey, and so when you're finding that you're having a hard time eating right, the Lord is your light. You can go to him and he can help you eat right. When you're finding that you're having a difficulty time exercising, the Lord is your light. You can go to him and he can help you to be able to have the energy to be able to exercise. When you find that you're having reflection problems when it comes to loving the person that you see inside of the mirror, the Lord is your light. He can be able to help you with that. Salvation. When I looked at the word salvation, save, then I thought of the like a pool. Imagine yourself out in the middle of the pool and someone's throwing you a life ring. The thing about the life ring is if you're out in the middle of the pool, the lifeguard can throw you the life ring, but if you don't reach for it, you can't grab it. And so the Lord is your salvation. He is your life ring, and you got to grab it. And so even when it comes to your fitness journey, if we allow him, even with this fitness journey, he can be our life ring to be able to help us. But what really got me the most is the whom. The whom. Because many times when we say whom shall I fear? What I thought about was like, I am afraid of nobody. I'm not afraid of nobody. But let's take the words whom and let's go back to school. If we can go back to school, I don't know if you guys remember, but in school we had the 5 W's: the who, what, when, where, and why. So let's switch it, because all things, God is in control of all things. And so let's take the whom and not just think of a person, but let's look at that who, what, where, when, and why. So who should I be afraid of? If my God is my light and my salvation, when it comes to this fitness journey, I shouldn't be afraid of the diagnosis that the doctor then gave me. I shouldn't be afraid of the words, especially the negative words that someone has spoken over my life, saying maybe you're overweight, or saying you'll never get this weight up off of you, or saying you're bad bodied, or saying that you're lesser than, or saying any of these negative things. You shouldn't let any of those words do anything, because the God that you serve said He's your salvation and He's your light. Okay, so let's look at what. What should you be afraid of? You shouldn't be afraid of anything. And so you shouldn't be afraid of diabetes. You shouldn't be afraid of hypertension. You shouldn't be afraid of arthritis, any of those things. He's your salvation. That means He can reverse arthritis. That means He can reverse high blood pressure. That means He can reverse diabetes. That means He can reverse cancer. He can reverse all of these different things if you lean on to Him. So let's take it a little bit further. When should you be afraid? You should never be afraid. We're not going to be afraid because we're holding on to things that happened from when we were a child. We're not holding on to things that happened from when we was in a toxic relationship, and we have this baggage and we're holding on to it because it happened way back when. We're not holding on to things that happened from when we were in any abusive relationship, in any ill situation. We're not holding on to any of those things. Never. There's never a when He's your light and your salvation. That means He makes any dim situation light. He makes any dark situation light. He makes any unfavorable situation favorable to you. Where should you be afraid? Nowhere. Nowhere should you be afraid. When you was a child and someone said something that was unfavorable to you, and your feelings was hurt, and you're still holding on to those things, where you thought something was going to happen one way, and it didn't happen to the way that you thought it was going to happen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who, doesn't matter what, doesn't matter where, and it doesn't matter why. Let me tell you why it doesn't matter why. Let me share a few of my testimonies to tell you why it doesn't matter why. I was a young lady that was 515 pounds, and I've lost almost 200 pounds. And at 515 pounds, I could barely stand for over 5 minutes without being in agony pain. And I'm now your plus size fitness motivator. I'm now traveling and speaking to people, encouraging them on being able to exercise. And because my God, He took my dark situation and He shined light upon it, Let me share another why. Because I was a young lady who one leg is shorter than the other, and I was picked at for having a limp, and I was insecure about my walk, and I didn't like to let others see me walk. And God took the darkness in that situation and He shined a light upon it and put me in a fashion show, and I was the spotlight. And he took the dark situation and made it a light. Or maybe I'll also share to where I was the one, if I was around strangers, I was the one that was sitting back in the back of the room and I wouldn't say much. It was so bad in my 11th and 12th grade. The kids thought I couldn't talk. I would see them later in life and they say, "You can talk?" And now, as you see, I'm your published author. I'm your motivational speaker. I'm speaking in front of thousands of people. And it's not because of Clarissa, but it's because God took my dim situation. He took my dark situation and he shined light upon it. Many times, these are fears that we have. These are mental holds that we have. It's not that we don't have the capacity, or it's not that we don't have the capabilities to do the different things that we want to do, but it's because we have that fear. I remember when I first started going to the gym, and it was the dreaded treadmill. Not the treadmill, it was the dreaded Stairmaster. And I would try to get ready to get up on that Stairmaster, and it felt like the entire gym was looking at the big girl getting ready to climb up on top of the Stairmaster. And I would take one step, and as soon as I took the one step, the thing felt like it fell down to the ground, and I couldn't climb on top of the Stairmaster. And my sister, she was there with me, my little sister, and she said, "You can do it, you can do it." We had already been going to the gym for maybe a year, and I have stairs inside of my home, and so I can climb stairs. But the fear of everybody watching, the fear of me trying to take a step and falling to the floor, the fear of me making it to the top and falling down, the fear, it limited me from being able to climb up to the top. And so though I had the strength, though I had the ability to be able to climb up, fear was there, and fear holds us back in so many ways. And the longer we allow fear to be the attention, the center spot, it'll be the longer before we're able to reach our goals. And so we have to learn to really rely on Psalms 27:1 and understand that when we say the Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? That we're not only talking about a person, but we're talking about everything, and that's included in this fitness journey. Let me tell you, about 2, maybe 3 months later, I went back to that gym. It was a little less people in that gym, right? And I was able to climb the Stairmaster. And it wasn't that I was so much stronger. It wasn't that I have done anything so much different. It was that I wasn't afraid of everyone else seeing me fall. And so it was a different insecurity moved away, and so a little bit of fear was released. And so it's just so crazy how strong fear could be. And so I just want to encourage you to really sit back when you're working on your goals, to really think about this thing that's holding me back. Let me really think about, what is it? Is this really a limitation that I have? This limitation that I have, is it more so of a mental stronghold, or is this a fear? And if this is a fear, how do I turn it over to God? Because it says the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom should I fear? And when I say whom should I fear, this is who, what, when, where, and why. All of this goes up under the same thing. And so my Fab, I love you so much. And I just want you to know that along this journey, weapons will form, but they shall not prosper. That you got this. Continue to push along your journey. Continue to whoop whoop. Continue to be strong. Continue to know that you can go along this journey, that you can get this weight up off of you, and that you can do this thing. And that fear is something that you do not have to be condemned by, because greater is He that is in thee. Love you. So for the 90-day transformation program, I'm super excited. We are inside of our Fabs Sisters group, and we've started already, but however, you can jump right in. For 90 days, we are working on not only transforming the body, but we're also transforming the mind. So first, let me tell you how we're transforming the body, and then I'll jump right into how we're transforming the mind. So for the body, we're making sure we're drinking at least 1 gallon of water a day. We're gonna get at least 6 hours of sleep each day. We're gonna eat moderate to low carbs every day, balanced meals, right? We're gonna exercise. I will be working out live with you inside of the group 5 days every week. And then you're also going to be having daily reading. So you'll be reading from my book every day, short readings, not a lot, and there's 23 different Fab activities that you'll be doing inside the book. I'll also be giving you live daily YouTube motivational things that you'll be listening to. Remember, the mind is so powerful. We have to make sure that we're feeding positive things into our mind every day. We're transforming it. So we want to make sure that we're feeding positive things. We're not focusing on what we cannot do as much as we're focusing on transforming our mind and doing positivity. So therefore, we're also journaling every day, doing daily gratitudes. What are we grateful for? What are we happy for? So feeding positivity into our spirit every day inside the group, as a group. So be sure, come on inside, join us in a group. It's gonna be a lot of fun for 90 days, transforming the body, transforming the mind, transforming the soul as a group. See you inside. I'm now super excited to announce that we now have VIP Fabs. What do that mean? No more just posts, no more just lives. You now get to engage with me back and forth twice a month on a Zoom. You get to ask me questions. We get to engage back and forth on various different topics that we're gonna have. Topics such as, how do I love the person in the mirror when I do not love the number on the scale? How do I learn how to be able to go on a diet when I'm on a budget? We're gonna have various topics. We're gonna make it fun. We're gonna make it energetic. We're gonna pray together. We're gonna learn and love and grow each other together. And it's not gonna just be on a tax. And so that way I get to feel your emotions. You get to speak back and forth and engage with me. And so if you wanna be a VIP Fab, go ahead on my website and sign up today right away. Love you, sis. See you soon.